Hi everybody, it's Donna. It's time to make a card. I mentioned last week that I was trying to reorganize my craft room and my stamps and get them all out of these boxes, as you can see, so that I could see what I have. And I'm in the process, but I found some Valentine stamps and I thought, well, let's make a Valentine card. I don't have little grandchildren to send them to, but I will make one for my husband and my sister. So the first one I'm going to make is using this stamp I found. And I thought, well, gosh, I can use my Cricut and the stamp. I love you very much. I don't know. Let me put my eyes on. And this is a Stampin' Up! Stamp from 1995. So I am sure it is well retired by now. And I believe there is a bear stamp that comes with this, but I thought I'd use a cutout from the Cricut Create a Critic cartridge. So let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to start by stamping the stamp with some embossing ink, and I have this distress embossing ink actually. It happened to be the wettest of my embossing pads. So we'll see if this works. And then I have some, and I'm going to get a piece of scrap paper here, bright red embossing powder. Now normally you would be using an embossing buddy to not get the powder where you don't want it, but I'm going to cut this out so it really doesn't make a lot of difference. And let's see if I can do this without creating a mess with the embossing powder. Okay, I think that's going to be okay. Let me just get rid of this. Back into its little jug. Hopefully. There we go. And let's see what happens when we dry it up. Sorry for the noise, but it won't take very long. Okay, and that's okay. I don't mind that. I'm going to cut it out anyway. Let it dry a little bit. It's just not quite as bright as I would like it to be. So I think what I might do is just add a little red around the edges, right in the embossing area. And you can feel that it's raised up a little bit. Well, let's see. I don't think I like that too much. I'm going to try it differently. I like the fact that paper has two sides to it. So let's try something different. Let's try the Memento black ink. Let me just wash this off a little bit. And we'll just make it a black heart. Now that's a nice bright one. And we'll just let it dry just a tiny bit. And now we can go around the edges with the red. And these are my Bic markers. Unfortunately, they're not the very fine tip, they're the medium tip, which makes it a little bit difficult sometimes to get into these small spaces. Okay, and it has these little faux stitching on the inside, and I'm just going to kind of reinforce those a little bit. And I'm sorry, with my left hand I'm probably covering everything I'm supposed to be putting on the camera. Well, I think that'll work for my purposes. So the next thing I'll do is I'll cut that out. And this is a doily, so it does have a ruffled edge, but I'm just going to go as close as I can to the outside edge of it. You'll still see the actual ruffle look. A lot of my stamps are Stampin' Up. My daughter-in-law used to be a Stampin' Up demonstrator a long time ago. Okay, and I think we can dazzle that up with a little something. All right, now let's get on to the card. I'm going to use a white card base, and it's portrait style, and it's the regular A2 5.5 by 4.25. On top of that, I'm going to put a red mat, and on top of that, some polka dots. Okay, and so let's get those two mats on. My tape is especially sticky for some reason this morning, and I don't want it off the edges. Okay. This is the red mat is 5 by 4, 3 3/4. No, 5.25. I'm sorry, by 4. And then the polka dots are 5 by 3 3/4. So it's just 1/4 of an inch down on each one. And before I stick that on, I see some tape over the edge here. Okay. Alright, now I wanted a little something for my teddy bear, so I cut this out on my Cricut Explorer in Design Space. It's actually from Gypsy Wanderings. So we'll get that attached. And making sure I haven't changed the orientation of my card. There we go. And here's my little bear from Create a Critter. I think he's cute. And I'm going to have the bear holding the heart that says, I love you very much. Okay? And what I'm going to do is, first I think I'll put the bear on a couple of pieces of foam tape. We're doing this together here, so it may, usually my foam tape goes flying across the room somewhere. I'm going to put just a couple of small ones on his ears. So that he's standing right up. Okay. Now, tell you what I'm going to do before I put him on. On his, this is 3 layers, and on the arms here, I have not attached the bottom 2 layers. And I'm just going to bend them back from the top one. Okay. And I'm just going to give them a little trim. Okay, now we'll put him on. All right, now I'm going to put the heart on a piece of foam tape also. Right about there. Over here a little more. Okay, I think that one will do it. So what I'm going to do is just fold the paw down like this and fold this paw down like this so that it looks like he is indeed holding the heart. So he's going to need a little squiggle of glue here. And of course my little squiggle of glue is stuck, so I'll use my pen. And we just hold it for a second. And hold it for a second. There. I think that's really kind of cute. I'm going to try to dress it up a little bit, and I didn't have any red sparkles, gems, except ones that require this gem setter. Do you remember these? So I'm going to just try to let this heat up a little bit. And while that's heating up, I have to hold a button there. I'm going to just go around the inside of this with some faux stitching. I think this polka dot paper is really cute, and I can't remember the paper stack. It was a 6x6 stack of all these patterns, and I'll have to look it up. I'll put it at the bottom. Now let's see if we can get a few of these gems to stick. Let's put a couple around. Up in this corner. Well, come on, get off of there. And let's Let's see what happens. Well, it appears that they are sticking. Okay, I think I'm going to get a couple of more. My little sticky picker-upper is sticky. Well, that's just going to be uncooperative. There we go. You have to be careful when you're using this. It does get hot, the tip of it. And for those of you who are not familiar with these have like glue on the back of them, and the heat is activating the glue. Okay, so there you go. I think that's a really cute card. I think I might take a little bit of my stickles and go around the heart and give it a little shine. But other than that, I think we've got it pretty good. So that's my card for today. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see if I can find some more stamps to use next time. There we go with the stickles. That makes a nice shiny heart. Thanks, and happy Valentine's Day.